Hey friends and composers! In this video I will show you a really incredible product that you use to add realism and expression into your software instruments. I am talking about the amazing breath controller from TEControl. Let's dive straight into the most important thing, which of course is the end result, the sound, the added expression, emotion, dynamic control, all those performance details that are truly what makes music come alive. So let's play the breath controller from TEControl live. I can only say one thing. Wow! I am in love with this breath controller. So how does this magic work? Well, basically, this controller here is outputting data in the form of MIDI. It actually measures the air pressure when you blow into this mouthpiece like this and converts it to MIDI CC values. And those CC values are then mapped to your software instruments, which can be strings, brass, woodwinds, and even synthesizers. Basically, anything that can take MIDI input in the form of CC parameters. This particular breath controller from TEControl is even more amazing because it is not only a breath controller, it actually has 3 more built-in sensors which you can use to add expression, motion and emotion to your music. If I nod my head up and down like this, that is one CC value. If I tilt my head left and right like this, that is yet another CC value. And finally, I can even bite on this piece, and that sends a 4th CC value. So you have breath, bite, nod and tilt. And all while you have both your hands free to record an amazing and expressive performance on your MIDI keyboard. Now, if you are still confused, let me show you what actually happens when I perform with this MIDI breath controller. So I will switch over to my second monitor, and here you can see I have a software which comes with this TEControl MIDI breath controller. So these 4 lines represents the data values that I use with this device. So the red line is the breath, the green one is bite, the light blue is tilt, and the dark blue is nod. So as I perform on this controller, you will see little dots dancing around on these lines, which represents how much the value is currently that is sent into the computer. So let me quickly show you what happens if I first blow into this device. You saw that red line, a little dot dancing around and moving upwards until it reached the maximum value. And we have the bite, which is the green. And then these blue lines are a bit more difficult to tame because, well, basically this is moving all around all the time. So let me show you by nodding and tilting my head. And now you can appreciate perhaps what happens with these values So these values from these dots on these lines are then transmitted into your DAW and your software instruments. Like I said, amazing. But how does this magic work? Well, it is called a breath controller because it actually measures your breath. So why should you invest in a breath controller? Well, I can give you 3 reasons from my personal view. 1. It saves you so much time when composing music, because it is so much easier and faster to record expression in your performance than sitting for hours to write automation data with your computer mouse and keyboard. 2. It is incredibly fun to use, and you get a sense of power and control, like you are actually playing the instrument itself. And 3. Because it really adds that human, musical and lifelike performance over your software instruments, which to me is what music is all about. Adding emotion, dynamics, variation, movement and soul to your music. Let me finish with a short story. Now think of this breath controller with all its features like you are a conductor of an orchestra. What you do with those sticks in the air communicates how the players should perform their instruments. That is essentially what a breath controller is, but for software-based instruments. Awesome! Now, if you want to learn more about this specific breath controller from TEControl, I have included a link for you in the description below. So go and check out this breath controller from TEControl and see if it's something you want to add to your composer toolkit. And I will see you in the next video.